Hey, my name is Jared Moon, and I'm part of a group of underground athletes you've probably never even heard of before. We don't rely on fancy equipment for training, and most of us don't even have gym memberships. In fact, our motivation comes from within. You see, we have jobs, families, and responsibilities, but we still have big goals, and they aren't getting achieved at a global gym. For that reason, we have to do things differently. Our training has to be smarter. We don't have every piece of equipment known to man or a ton of time to train, and we don't need it, because we are achieving amazing things without it. So how do we do it? If you ask your average personal trainer or gym goer, they'd call us crazy. Yet we're seeing results better than most every single day. And it's happening by blending mental training with physical training and becoming an athlete. What we call, and welcome to, Garage Gym Athlete.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jared Moon here, and welcome to the Garage Gym Athlete podcast. With me today, Joe Courtney. What's up, Joe?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. And then we have Chase Hill. How's it going, man?
It's going great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I know you have been around the Industry Fitness community for a long time, so I'm excited to talk to you and dive into some different things and learn more about your setup and everything else. But let's get started with a basic intro, man. Who are you, what you do, and how you train?
Let's see. My name is Chase Hill. I'm 25 years old, and I work for Mecklenburg County Parks and Recreation. So I'm on my feet all day walking and that kind of thing in the woods, and it's real nice. And actually, I train in my garage. I follow Garage Gym Athlete some. And starting next month, I believe, me and my wife will both be doing it. So it's going to be great.
That's awesome, man. Which track is the wife getting involved on?
Hard to kill.
Hard to kill. That's awesome.
We're going to be doing that together, so it's going to be a good time.
Very nice.
That's great, man. You need to have – I recommend a buddy on the hard to kill track if at all possible.
Okay, well, she's good accountability. Yeah,
that's great. And so you do train in your garage. What kind of setup equipment do you have?
Let's see. I have a rower, an old Schwinn Airdyne, pull-up bar, a couple kettlebells, couple dumbbells, bumper plates, squat rack, plyo box, and a sled and a weight vest. So fair amount.
You're loaded, man. Yeah. You got everything.
Especially the sled.
Yeah, and almost.
I'm just going to start asking people if they have the Rogue Donkey, and then we'll move down from there. That's cool. That's quite a setup. Now for the vest, what kind of vest do you have? I'm just curious.
I think it's like a Valio or something like that. It starts with a V. Okay. I'm not sure.
Got it.
It's just a Walmart brand pretty much, but it works.
Yeah, it's weight. Just get strapped to your body. That works, man.
That's all I need.
So what was the big motivator behind starting a garage gym?
Let's see. Probably time and money, to be honest with you, because before I had a garage gym, I was going to the CrossFit gym, and it was all right, I guess. But then if you don't make it off working time or you don't make it to their class times, I mean, you're just pretty much out of luck. Got to wait till the next class or whatever. Not to mention it's like $100 and something a month. So that's crazy to me to pay that much and then at the end of the day have nothing. Whereas you can spend, a little bit of money and have a whole gym that, I mean, it's yours. Nobody can tell you what time to show up or anything like that. So
yeah, that time factor.
Motivator. Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if that would work with me at all anymore because things pop up. I have to adjust training times sometimes. Like I couldn't do class times. That'd be too difficult.
Yes, that, and then I would go there sometimes and spend, an hour or so working out and then still have a 30-minute drive home. So it's just, I don't know. It wasn't for me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. Now, I kind of skipped over it. So you said $100-something a month for a CrossFit gym. That typically helps me kind of pinpoint your location in the U.S. because if you're Northeast, you'd probably be saying $200-something a month or maybe even Cali. So where are you located?
I'm located in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. And how's the weather?
It's rainy right now, but it's been warm the past couple of days. Real warm and muggy, yes. So the rain is definitely a blessing.
And overall for a garage gym athlete, what are the summers and winters like?
Pretty warm in the summer and it's not really cold, I guess. Depending on who you are, it's not cold. It gets down to the 30s here in the wintertime, so that's not terrible.
No,
I
that's
have a
not
little
too bad.
propane heater I set up in the garage, so it's bearable.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 30's not, it sounds like a Texas winter, like an
Yeah.
almost winter, but not real serious.
And then in the summertime, there's nothing like working out with the doors up in the summertime when it's about 85, 90 degrees.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah.
like it.
That's
Nothing
the way to
like
go.
it.
Get that fresh air, or be like
Mhm.
Joe and just train outside 100% of the time.
That would be
Yes.
nice. That'd be real
Like
nice.
98, like 98.
98. When do you train inside? What do
For
you
those
do?
few days that it rains a couple days in a row and I can't just like push it off a day, I'll do something in the garage. Like once or twice over this winter because it rained a lot for San Diego. We trained a little bit in the garage, but like
So I
not
literally
like
didn't even
weightless.
know that you had a garage.
So yeah,
I
it's
thought you put all your equipment outside because you didn't have a garage. I haven't been to
so
your place in San Diego.
it's a small 1-car garage, and that's where the washer and dryer is, and it has built-in shelves. So like I don't even know if a car could fit in the garage, and it's like actually finished flooring. So like it's almost just like a spare room has high ceilings.
Got it.
Basically all it is, but there's not enough room to like do stuff in. If I really wanted to, I have the individual squat stands that I could use, but I think we did that like when we first moved in. But after that, we were like, no, let's just put everything outside. It's fine.
It's San Diego.
Yeah.
All right, Chase. Now, in training, what are you training for? Anything specific? Just training for life? What's your main motivator behind, not only being into fitness, but doing something like the Hard to Kill track?
Well, I don't know. I just want to be ready for anything life throws at me, I want to be stronger than the other guy and faster than the other guy. So I guess basically I want to how do they say it? Outlift a runner and outrun a lifter. Is
Yeah.
that what they say? Yeah.
That's what I say.
I've
Yeah.
never heard that before.
I've used to write that all over the website. You won't be stronger than the power lifter, but do you really need to be? And you won't be faster than the marathon runner, but if either of those guys were to challenge you in opposite events, you would destroy them. So
Yes. So pretty much just training for life and trying to be harder to kill in general.
hey, it's a worthy goal, and I think that really fits in with probably 97% of our athletes. Just being ready for anything, being highly prepared for life, whatever that may be, and I think that goes a long way. So pre-garage gym athlete, you were doing CrossFit like at a box?
Yes, at a box. I was doing CrossFit at a box.
And how was that experience for you?
Terrible to start with. When I did my first workout, I was like, I can't believe people do this for fun. And then it was like the next week I was back again. But yeah, it was something.
That's how they get you, man. Did you enjoy it at least? Did you get to a point where you started to enjoy it?
I did. I got to a point where I started to enjoy it. And then I kind of started like Olympic lifting a little bit more. And I did that for a while. And then I went back to CrossFit. But then something about the programming in the CrossFit gym, man, it just felt weird. It felt like you were banging your head into a wall every day, just like about to throw up every single day. And that's just not what I was looking for in programming.
Yeah, and that's not what humans should do.
No, it didn't seem healthy.
No,
I just didn't enjoy it anymore because of that. And I felt like I was competing more instead of training more. I was always worried about the score on the score on the scoreboard and my time versus did I actually get a good workout in, or did I just sacrifice form a little bit for the sake of a couple seconds just to beat somebody.
That's a really good way to put it. It feels like you're always competing. When I was first introduced to CrossFit, I was a fairly fit individual. I hadn't been doing CrossFit, but I could run, I could lift, I could do a lot of different things. And every time I did a CrossFit workout, when I first started trying them out, I felt like I was testing something or competing against someone. It didn't feel like I was training. It didn't feel like I was like trying to get, even early on before I started to like really dive into programming and everything. I just always felt like I'm just here. Like every time I work out is just a competition. It's not true training. I don't feel like I'm getting better at anything. And it took me about 10 years to find out that's probably actually the case. But yeah, that's a really good way to put it, man. Competing constantly. Now, how do you like training in your garage compared to the CrossFit gym?
Yeah, I guess it has its pluses and its minuses. I like it. I like it better than training in the gym, just because you don't have as many eyes watching you. I mean, not that anybody cares, but I don't know. I just get self-conscious sometimes when I'm trying to go for a max effort or something like that. If I do happen to miss, you catch a lot of junk from people in the gym. It's like, oh, look at this guy. I saw he's got on the bar and he can't even do it. So
Got it. Yeah.
I don't know.
So that's a con of being like at the gym, you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for the actual garage gym, pros and cons there.
A pro is like you can pretty much do what you want when you want. It doesn't matter. And then, I mean, you don't have anybody to tell you, no, you can't do this, or we're having class over here, you need to go do something in the back. Or either if I'm trying to squat, don't come up and be like, hey, there's other members in the gym that need the squat rack or whatever because we're doing class. You're not going to have to go find something else to do. So that's a definite pro.
You're getting marginalized at the gym.
A little bit, but it's all good.
They're like, don't try and go do something that's going to take you above and beyond. Yeah.
Yes. And I do remember one time in there, I forget, I was doing the Geo Metro workout that you have.
Yeah.
That you always do on Thanksgiving. And I was doing that in the back corner of the gym, minding my own business. And I got done with it, and somebody walked up to me and was like, what were you doing? And he was like, that's like, don't ever do that in here again. That's not a real workout. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking? You do it then. But
that's hilarious.
That kind of stuff.
Jeez. So what made it not real? The fact that CrossFit Incorporated didn't name the workout, maybe?
Yeah, I guess that it wasn't. It didn't have CrossFit in the name, I guess is what it was. I was like, you don't even know, man.
That's well, yeah, I'll it is what it is. I'm glad that you're with us and where you can truly express your fitness freedom in the confines of your own home. Now, tell me a little bit more about kind of work-life balance. When do you train, and is it hard to fit training into your schedule, or is it not that big of a deal?
Yeah, I train usually in the afternoon, sometime around 6:30 or 7 o'clock at night. Just because I work in the morning from 6 in the morning till roughly 2:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And then I do that, so I have to go to bed fairly early because I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So in the afternoon is the easiest time for me to train. And I don't know, I tried getting up at like 2:30 one morning to train, but that did not go well at all.
I wouldn't recommend that, man. I think if you're starting work at 6, I would get as much sleep as I can before just crushing the work day.
Yes, and then I get off work at 2:30, and then I usually go to this ministry that our church has. It's an addiction ministry, so I go help out there pretty much every day till like 5 o'clock. So 6:30 or 7 is about the earliest I could train. And
okay.
some days I feel like, training, and then other days I don't. So I try to get it in every day, but it doesn't always happen. Life happens sometimes. Yeah. So I just kind of do what I can when I can.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. Life can dictate your days off. If you're going to plan to never take a day off, that's a good way to approach it. Yeah. I plan on taking no days off, and then life eventually will be like, well, actually you are, because it won't be possible today. Yeah, that's great, man. Well, let's get into some of these other questions. So what is the hardest workout you've ever done?
The hardest workout I've ever done, it's a tie between either the 25-minute walking lunge test or either a quarter mile for humanity.
Man, both lunges.
Anything with lunges.
You don't like lunges.
No, I hate lunges. And I don't know why, but I just feel like puking my guts up every time I do it. But that's what I like about it. I don't know. And then the next day I can't hardly walk. So
I was going to say, those you feel immediately. Because there's some workouts where it's like, oh, yeah, I'm kind of tired. But those, it's like, yeah, my legs are shaking. They're tight. And this was not fun.
Yeah. Especially on the
workout like that, I'm sore almost like – If I'm going to be sore from lunges, it happens like right away. So
props for those two workouts.
Well, so which one, if you had to pick, which one's worse? I'll give you which one I think is worse when I do it, but I want to know which one you think is a little bit worse.
Probably the 25-minute walking lunge test.
See, I go with quarter mile for humanity. I hate the barbell. It really messes with my mind.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. But I guess with that, you only got to do it one time. With the quarter mile for humanity, you got to do it twice. So
yeah. And so we did quarter miles actually, like, didn't we do, I can't remember if it was just programmed randomly. Didn't we do like a half a mile or a mile of quarter lunges once? I don't think that was
we do quarter mile lunges all the time. Well, not all the time, but we used to.
Oh, I think it was an accident. That's what happened. That was a long time ago. I think we were doing like quarter mile for humanity or just a bunch of lunges. And then like my timer didn't go off or my GPS didn't go off. So I just kept
Oh,
going.
yeah.
Oh,
And I was like,
man.
I'm not gonna look like you're mentally weak right now. Keep going. And then, yeah, I ended up going a half mile or more or something. I was like, okay, I'm going to walk home because this is a little excessive. All right, man. And those are some worthy hardest workouts for sure. Now, in your opinion, what's the best activity for building mental toughness?
Best activity for building mental toughness. Let's see. Probably cold showers, because I hate cold water. I hate it.
I hear you.
So,
But you still force yourself to do it?
yes,
That's great.
I try to.
See,
yes.
Joe? All right, Joe, when was the last cold shower you took?
I mean, I don't write my showers down, but there are times where I get in and it's cold.
Yeah, sometimes it hasn't all the way heated up yet and you made a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. I just need to get in my shower, and then there's a little bit of a yelp when I get in, but that's okay.
Yeah, cold showers are tough. You're gonna have to run down to Tractor Supply, man, and get one of these ice troughs I got. Bring it up a level.
I saw that. I don't know about that.
There's no running from it.
I'd be willing to try it once, I guess.
That is the difference. Is like a cold shower, like you can at least like
dance
move
around
or rotate or something, and there's no running from the submersive nature of that one. All right, man.
Give it a try.
Do it for sure. Now, if you could only have one piece of equipment to train with for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably a kettlebell, just because you can do so much with it. Like you can do kettlebell swings, deadlifts, strict presses, and I just like it. That's what I would choose.
I think the kettlebell is officially winning, Joe.
I have no idea, but it's made a turn.
I'm just keeping mental track, and I think so. We're in season 8 now. I do think it's kettlebell. If I had to go back and do it.
Well, I would have said barbell, but then you said what piece, not pieces. So if you get a barbell, you got to have weights.
That gets everybody. Yeah, it's the tough Yeah. No, I get you.
And my argument for kettlebell, if you get the weights with the barbell, that for kettlebell, you should be able to have an assortment of those.
An assortment.
You're not wrong.
It's a slippery slope, right?
a rack of kettlebells.
If I could only have one piece of equipment, it would be my garage, which is fully.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It'd be this Connex, which is pulled out to a gym.
Exactly.
So you already have a lot of pretty good equipment in your gym and your sled and stuff. But if you could snap your fingers and have a new piece of equipment, what would it be?
Probably a yoke or either a ski erg, just because they look fun.
Ski erg, yeah. I think that's what I want next.
I still have yet to do that.
But I don't know. Then when I get it, I'm going to have to use it, and that's going to suck, so I don't know.
I feel like you'd use a ski erg way more than a yoke, because I think yoke, you have to mentally prepare and then actually move stuff out of the way to actually take it for a walk, and I think it would just be it's there, it's fine.
Yeah, that would look cool walking through the neighborhood with a yoke weighted down.
Joe's done that with me before.
Yep, we did that. We did a live video too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was so I have a yoke, and what the main problem, I have really tall ceilings in my garage, so fine, but my garage opening is still my garage opening, so I have a tall yoke, so I have to always take all the weight off of it, lean it forward, and drag it out. So that's the only pain when I want to use it. So like Joe said, it's you have to really I probably only use it as a straight yoke for carrying 5 times per year because of all the work that's involved with doing that.
I can see that.
Yeah, but but it is a great piece of equipment. I only do fat bar pull-ups most of the time now because of my yoke, which I think they fixed that. I think they have a new attachment I should probably look into, but yeah, it's a great piece. Ski erg is awesome.
Have you used one yet?
I've definitely used one. I don't have one, but I've used one a few times now, and they are a lot of fun. It's just completely different than a rower, and at some point I will have the entire Concept 2 family. I'll have their little bike, and I'll have the rower, and I'll have the ski erg, and that'll be that.
Yeah, I've seen some people turn their rowers upside down.
That's what
Joe's talking about it that way.
I thought about that for a DIY. You just get something to hang it on and bolt it, and then just.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work, but
Yeah, it would, in my opinion, because of the chain and the flat handle, it would just be tricep extensions, a lot of tricep extensions, as opposed to, because with the skier, you come down and out and around, that's how a lot of people do it. But hey, all right, man. Last question of the show. A lot of garage gym athletes out there listening to this. What would your best advice for them be?
My best advice for them would be get a garage gym and use it. Don't just get it and let it sit, because I know a lot of people that have stuff in their gym that is all dusty and has cobwebs and everything over it, and they don't use it because I just don't have time or whatever. Well, it's in your basement, it's in your garage. You don't really, time is not an excuse when you have one at your house.
Yeah, and that's where that happens with the treadmill all the time. All around the United States, someone has a treadmill, sits there and does nothing, or an elliptical. And now what I think is funny, I have a lot of friends who are getting on the Peloton train. And now what they have is the most expensive treadmill you could buy with a monthly subscription attached to it that also ends up turning into a drying rack for your clothes. It's funny. They think if they spend more money or whatever, it really has more to do with your advice. Just use it. Even if it is a machine like that or whatever, just use it. That's the most important part of the entire thing. Well, Chase, it's been great having you on the podcast, man. And I look forward to you and your wife getting involved together with the Hard to Kill track and sharing more of your story as we go along, man. But I really appreciate your time and for being on the podcast.
Yes, I appreciate you having me.
Okay, man.